Hey guys, DSmooth753 here. I did a poll on who is the most toxic fan base in the console wars. Sony ponies, Xbox, Nintendroids, or PC Master Race. And to my surprise, the PC Master Race won. I honestly thought the Sony ponies would win. Because there are so many videos exposing just how crazy these people are. But why is this so? Why are the Sony ponies so hated? Why did they get second place? Today, I just want to talk about these guys and why they're so crazy. To understand why the ponies are so crazy, we need to talk about their master. Sony as a company. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Sony as a company is vain, shallow, and light. They only care about little things. They market their games towards casuals. They focus so much on graphics and generic storytelling. And yes, many of their stories are super generic, rather than hardcore gameplay. Many of their games are designed to hold your hand and basically walk you through one cutscene to the next. It's very vain, very light. Many of their games you can't even discover anything on your own. The game literally always points you in the right direction, where to go. You can't just find things on your own. It's a very vain, shallow game. It's always super story driven, and it's always like, well, look how pretty the graphics are. As a result, their fan base is just as shallow and vain. These people, they are constantly bragging about how cool their games look and the stories rather than what actually matters, the gameplay. At the end of the day, we're not talking about movies, we're talking about games. People want deep gameplay. And many Sony games don't have deep gameplay. They just have really big, long stories. This is why the Sony ponies are so crazy. This is why they're constantly attacking Xbox. In their own insecurity, they recognize how shallow they are. How shallow these games are. How they're just pure story-driven games. It's not very interactive all the time. So they have to project that insecurity onto the Xbox, which are idiots in of themselves, but that deserves another video. They're talking about how Xbox has no exclusives. And look, I'm going to defend the Xbox, even though there are idiots. Microsoft never really needed exclusives. It's a powerful console, and because there's so many games that are already multi-platform, there's bound to be games always coming to the Xbox. They didn't really need that many exclusives to begin with. Now they have pretty much all the exclusives. But still. And as for Nintendo, well, Nintendo's kind of a league on its own. They mark themselves towards family, and they put gameplay first. That's why the Sony ponies are so insecure of themselves. They know how shallow so many of their games are. Oh, but we have exclusives. Yeah, but a lot of them aren't that interactive. Not Xbox. God of War Ragnarok is not a very interactive game. So many complained that it was boring, that it's just a movie, and it could have benefited from multiple endings. Have the players choose what happens. Now, I'm not saying you got to go all telltale with it, but that would have helped. But Sony doesn't do that because they just want to tell big stories instead of actually making a game where you're in control. And this is why Sony ponies are so crazy, because they know this. They know it deep down. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Fall far from the tree. Sorry about that. And look, these are the type of things that Sony ponies will complain about. They'll complain that sci-fi They'll complain that certain games aren't good simply because they're not exclusives. They'll get super mad when games go to PC. Now, these are the only people I know to get mad when their game goes to PC. I've never seen a Nintendroid do this. I've never seen an Xbot do this. Why would you get so upset because it's going to PC? I don't understand that. Why? Because they know that their games aren't exactly the best. So that exclusivity is really the only advantage they have. In fact, I encourage you to go out and just look how many videos there are on the Sony ponies and why they're just so insane. Just watch for yourself. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Like, subscribe. See you guys later.